Hey everyone, I got another product review today. I just bought this GoPro actually, and I'm kind of just testing it out. It's a lot of the purpose of the video, but I figured I'd do another product review. We got this Frabill Aqua bait station. My wife bought this for me 2 years ago for Christmas. I asked for it. I love this thing. It saves me a lot of money on bait. It's a 6-gallon container with a styrofoam bucket on the inside, hard shell outside. You can see the air stone in there in the bottom. Nice big air stone. You can hold a lot of minnows in here. I use this a lot for ice fishing. I've used it a couple times in the summer. Summertime it's really hard to keep bait fresh and alive. You know, once the water warms up, the bait dies pretty consistently. In the wintertime it's a lot easier to keep the bait cold, obviously, when you're out ice fishing. This thing works tremendous in the summertime compared to most buckets because it does, you know, have that styrofoam liner on the inside that keeps it cooler. And then in the wintertime you really don't have any issues with bait dying on you, unless it's you buy crappy minnows to begin with, you know, which happens a lot. A lot of bait stores sell crappy minnows. This here runs on 2D batteries. I said in a previous video, and I'll say it again, that if you run Duracells, this thing, you can, you know, run months on it, even in cold weather. If you run Energizers or something less, even, you get a week or two tops if you use it as much as I do. And I fish, you know, 3-4 times a week, especially ice fishing. They die quick if you use crappy batteries. This also comes with it's got a port here, right here, where you can plug it into a 12-volt cigarette lighter. Or if you spend a little bit extra money, which I didn't, or my wife didn't when she got it for me, it comes with a house charger too, where you can just run it in your house, or you can run it in your vehicle instead of draining your batteries, which is nice. I haven't really used that feature at all yet. I just swap out batteries. This past winter I was living on the lake and I just fished out of my house most of the time. I'd watch flags out my door, in my windows. So I'd just leave this out on the lake, out in front of the cabin, and do it that way. One issue I have with this thing, which I just noticed again, I just put batteries in it before I started the video. It runs, and then a lot of times it'll cut out. I probably ain't gonna do it now since I started the video. But if it'll cut out, it'll kind of sputter and stop, and it'll go, and it's got brand new batteries in it. It seems to not be doing it right this second, which is nice. Maybe it's not going to do it anymore. Hopefully that's the case. But it was doing that a lot. It was doing that a lot last winter. I thought maybe because it was the cold weather, you know, there'd be times where I'd leave it out all day in the cold weather, all night long, and it'd be outside 24 hours straight. Like I said, I'd be out there a lot, and this was out on the ice with me. It seems to not be doing it now. My buddy actually borrowed it from me when he went up to Canada last year. He went up to Lake Winnipeg fishing. And he said that it was doing the same thing. You know, you can hear it a little bit. I don't know if the motor's getting bad or what it could possibly be. Yeah, the stones in there is still wet. It's been bubbles good. Maybe the line's getting clogged. I don't know. I could tear it apart and fix it. I might have to replace this whole motor or something. I don't know how expensive that's going to be. This bucket is really expensive. It's a $80-$90 bucket, probably, depending on where you buy it. You might be able to get it cheaper online. My wife bought it from Shields Sports down in about 45 minutes south of where I live. That's where she got it. And it's like an $80-$90 bucket, so I'm kind of disappointed that it does have kind of an issue already. But like I said, I use it a lot too, and I really, really like it. You know, it's a great product and everything, but hopefully I don't have to replace anything just yet. Would I recommend this product to somebody? Absolutely. This thing's awesome. It saves me a ton of money on bait. If you buy minnows, You know, it's going to cost you, depending on what kind of minnows you buy. You know, shiner minnows, sucker minnows, they're $7-8 a dozen up where I live. You know, so if you don't have anything to do with them, by the time you get done fishing, you got leftover minnows. What do? You just chuck them on the ice, or chuck them down your hole, or give them to somebody else to use. And that's not the case with this. You can take this home, plug it into your wall. You can plug it into your vehicle. You can save your minnows. You're going out the next day. You're going out 2 days later. You're going out next week. You know, chances are these minnows are still going to be alive if you can keep the water cool. If you change out your water, or if you just keep them cool, you throw some ice cubes in there or anything, minnows aren't going to die. It's a great bucket. It really gets a lot of oxygen on them. That's the key to keeping minnows alive. Oxygen and cold water. I'm actually going to do a video again, I don't know, probably within the next week or two. I'm just chomping at the bit to get on the ice, really. I'm going to do a video on setting up my jig poles for jigging walleyes. I mean, that's all I think about all day long is ice fishing right now. I'm still going out pan fishing. I'm going to probably post a video on that probably within the next week. My buddy just came home. He's working out of state, and we're going to go out and do a little pan fishing, maybe troll some northerns, maybe do a little bass fishing. We might go to the river and do some walleye fishing. I don't know what all we're going to do yet, but I know we're going fishing, so I'm going to take this GoPro out there. It seems like it doesn't have the best quality just yet. It says 1080, but it doesn't look like 1080 to me. But we're going to do that, and then I'm going to set those jig poles up for walleye fishing. I finally get to go to Canada this year, walleye fishing. So I'm going to set those up just because I want to. We're going to Lake Winnipeg the last week of March, and all those walleyes, they moved down to the southern part of the Lake Winnipeg into the river there right before they set up the spawn, and we're gonna jig right there. So we'll get back to you with that video, and I highly recommend this bucket. The newer one you get, the better. They might have worked out a couple of the kinks with the motor after I bought this one, hopefully. But I would recommend it. Go get yourself one.